Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start with a new poem, The Last Bargain by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was one of the most talented persons that the world had ever produced. He was born on 7th May 1861 in Kolkata. He was a poet, a novelist, critic, short story writer, philosopher, educationist, scientist, and social reformer. Every branch of Bengali literature was highly enriched by his immortal contribution. Today, the poem that we are going to study is The Last Bargain, and it is being composed by Rabindranath Tagore. And before I begin with the poem, the question that arises in my mind is, what is a bargain? A bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Someone here in this poem is looking for work and waiting to be hired. He strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless. He tries twice again but doesn't like either. Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing whatever, he is happy as never before. What is the bargain and why is it the best? Let's see. The last bargain. Before I give you the explanation stanza wise, I'll just give you the summary of the poem and then explain you the stanzas. The poem The Last Bargain has been composed by Rabindranath Tagore, and in this poem there was a daily wager who wanted to be hired. First, the king came near the daily wager with his chariot, but his power counted for naught. Naught refers to nothing. So he disliked his agreement. Then we see at midday an old man came with the gold coins, with a bag of gold, and said that he would hire him with money. But this agreement was also denied by the wager. Now, when it's the evening time, in the evening, a fair lady came out from the garden and said that she would hire him with a smile. But her smile could not attract the daily wager. So this was also refused by the wager. And finally, the poet, walking along the seashore, observing the crashing waves and encountering a child at play on the shore, is offered this his last bargain, and he said that I'll hire you with nothing. This bargain turns out to be the best bargain, the one that frees the seeker from seeking satisfaction from the earthly things. Now, this was the summary of the poem. Now I'll give you the explanation of each and every stanza. We come to the first stanza. Come and hire me, come and hire me, I cried, while in the morning I was walking on the stone paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. In this stanza, that is the first stanza, the speaker says that one day while he was walking on the stone paved road in the morning, the king came in his chariot with a sword in his hand. Seeing him, the speaker pleads the king to hire him. But The poet seems to be hopeful, and here the stone paved road refers to the difficult path. The speaker pleads to the king, which means that he is in need of something. He asks the king to hire him, but the king, when tries to hire him with the power, for the the king holds the hand of the speaker and says that he'll hire him with his power. However, the power seems to be not, that is, nothing or worthless to the speaker because it is not everlasting. The king will die and so his powers. So that's why the speaker denied. The speaker is thus not satisfied with what the king offered him. He rejects the offer and the king goes away in his chariot. In this stanza, the speaker describes his first struggle to get something that fails. Here, not means nothing. The king was trying to hire him with his power, but again, for the poet, the power is nothing, as the king is going to die one day and so will his power. We come to the second stanza. In the second stanza, it says, in the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I'll hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. In the second stanza, now it is the daytime and it is very hot outside. The doors of the houses are closed, and the speaker is wandering along the crooked lane. Here, crooked lane means the uneven road. Thus, like the stone paved road of the stanza, this road is also difficult and full of troubles. Soon an old man came out of his house along with a bag of gold, that is, huge wealth. He pondered, that is, thought carefully, and finding that the speaker is in need of something, offers him money and says that the the old man says that he will hire him with money with a bag of gold. He started counting his coins. The old man, in order to show how wealthy he was, he started counting his gold coins one by one. However, like the power of the king, the wealth of the old seems to be worthless because it could not make the old man young again, or nor it could make the climate cool. We are talking about the hot day, that is the midday, and in the afternoon it is very hot. In the same way, the poet, the speaker here says that the money was worthless. Reason behind it was that it couldn't make the old man young again, or it couldn't make that climate cool. And the speaker understands that wealth is not something which he needs because, like power, it does not remain in one hand forever. He wants something else, thus, he goes away and he turns away. Again, according to the speaker, the materialistic things have no value in one's life. So that's why he again goes away. Now comes the third stanza. It was evening, the garden hedge was aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears. She went back alone into the dark. In the third stanza, that is now in the third stanza, it is the evening time, and the garden hedge, that is, hedge refers to the fence or the boundary, is a flower with there are all lots and lots of blooming flowers. In other words, if I have to say, the garden is looking very beautiful and the beautiful. And the fair maid, that is the beautiful lady, comes out and says that she wants to hire him, and the speaker with a smile, that is, with her beauty. However, the speaker finds that the king's power, the old man's wealth, her beauty is not everlasting. Because in the first stanza, as I told you, that the power is not going to stay. The king will die, the power is going to die. Again, the old man is not going to become young again, and the materialistic things have no value. So he did not want to be hired with old man's wealth. Again, the beauty is also not everlasting. Soon, the smile of that beautiful lady is paled and melted with tears. That is gone, and she goes back along into the dark. Darkness here symbolizes hopelessness, and the speaker does not do not want hopelessness. Now we come to the fourth stanza. In the fourth stanza, it says, "The sun glistened on the sand, and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me, and said, I hire you with nothing. From henceforward, that bargain stuck into child's play made me a free man." In the fourth stanza, uh, in the fourth stanza, it's a new day, and the new day comes with a hope and courage for a speaker. Uh, as you had seen in the last stanza itself, when I was talking about the fair maid, the speaker had actually understood that the smile that made her look beautiful is also fake and not everlasting, and it was hidden, it has hidden sorrows of that lady. The day is over, but the speaker fails to make a bargain there. However, he has patience and persistence, and he does not give up. And now, when we come to the fourth stanza, we come to know that it is a new day, and that is full of hope, courage for the speaker. He is at the seashore and sees the sun glistening, shining on the sand, and the sea waves breaking, that is, striking waywardly in unpredictable way. This symbolizes that the speaker, his love and appreciation for nature. Soon he finds a child sitting on the seashore and playing with the shells. This is a symbolic image, as a child has no desire for power, that is, power or wealth or beauty. He is free of all these things, which makes the man a servant. The child raises his head and sees the speaker. It looks to the speaker that the child knows him. Seeing the speaker in a search for something, the child offers to hire him with nothing. And nothing is a profound symbol here. It means freedom, liberty, independence, and free from desire. The speaker understands that this is what he was longing for since long. He accepts the child's offer, and from henceforward, from that day itself, the speaker finds freedom in child's play and thus becomes a free man. This was the ultimate destination of the speaker. This was the ultimate thing that the speaker wanted. He wanted to become a free man, and that he found in a child's play. When the child hired him for nothing, this made him a free man, an independent man, a tension free man. And that's why the last bargain is the best bargain. He refused all the three other bargains that he made. The first bargain that he made was with the king, with the power, and he said that he did not wanted himself to be hired with the king's power because his power counted for nothing. or not, because one day the king is also going to die as well as his car. Second was he was the old man wanted to hire him with his wealth, but again, the materialistic things have no value in the poet's or the speaker's life, and that's why the speaker says here that the old man won't become young again, or that the wealth is not going to stay with him forever. And third was, so he turned away that offer also. And third was the lady who wanted to hire him with a smile. Again, as I said before, also the smile had uh, the sorrow hidden behind it. And again, he understands that the smile that made her look so beautiful is fake and not everlasting, and it has hidden sorrow of the lady, and that's why the speaker uh, turns down that offer also, and the lady goes back into the dark and waits. When the next day comes, he waits, he has patience, and that day comes with a new hope and courage, where he is hired by a child who hires him with nothing, just a child's play, which makes him the free man, a tension free man. I hope you have understood all the stanzas. I would like you all to do the assignment, and the assignment is the working with poem. Thank you.